that people tend to shy away from. This is the space for us to talk about things, share your views, air your views. Maybe you've been bottling some certain things. This is a space, to share them. And trust me, it's a warm and friendly space here on Inside. Please invite as many people as possible to be here today. The topic for today is having self-worth. Having self-worth. I mean, who doesn't want to have self-worth? So this relates to anyone, anywhere in the world. So wherever you're joining from today, I say welcome to Insight and help share this. We don't want to be selfish. Let's share it to all our friends to be part of this life today. And as usual, I'm going to give my talk to bring perspective to it. What angles are we talking about? Otherwise, things tend to go at some tangents, and we just want to have a broader look at this. So, and as I will always say, I don't have all the answers. I don't have all of the knowledge to any topic, but I try my best, to bring some sort of insight, and hence insight here. And of course, I'll be expecting you to come in when I finish my talk. We will talk about things some more and see how far we can go with this topic. It's very beneficial to everyone. Like I said, this has nothing to do with you, whether you're a man or a woman. Ify, thanks for joining. I see you. Please click down on your screen. Send to everybody. Let them be part of this life today. Having self-worth. Issues of life, things happen, and sometimes people cannot lose their self-worth. But it is something, otherwise it wouldn't bother me, it won't bother you, it won't bother people around you. But let's talk about it, because sometimes we tend to shy away from these things. We're hurting, and then we're hiding things, we're bottling things up, trying to live a normal day-to-day life, but then it's affecting us. So this is a space to talk about such issues of life. Thank you so much, Ify. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to be going into the talk, like I said, and after the talk, invite us to, come and expand this topic some more. And I have my puzzle for today. Please, guys, don't run away for the puzzle. It's a fun part of Insight as well, because when we talk about all this serious talk, we need to kind of lighten the mood, a little. So I bring my puzzle, and people tend to always overthink this puzzle. It's not rocket science. Yeah, it's not rocket science. So stay tuned and watch out. I think I'm bringing back a puzzle from last week because nobody got the answer. And I'm very selfless like that. I'm not a selfish person. If you get it right, you get the gift for today. As simple as that. Otherwise, I think maybe today I might just have to tell us the answer, and I keep my gift to myself. Like I said, I'm begging us now. At least we had a whole week to do our research on the puzzle. So hopefully we'll get a winner today. Thank you guys for joining. I'm going to go into the talk today, and you can chat in the chat function there. Whatever's coming to mind as I give this talk, you can just put in there, and hopefully I don't miss it. I might read it out. I might not be able to explain it like you would. And that's why I always want us to come into the box and, explain what we're trying to say, in case FunmiRoyal is not really understanding those nuggets you're putting up there. So thank you guys for always joining. I really appreciate you. Oh, thank you for the heart, me, Ify. Please help send to your friends. Share to them the easiest way. And I keep repeating, click down on your screen. Some of us, we don't even know that function is there. I had to learn from somebody else. Click down on the screen, you'll see names pop up. You'll be wondering, voila, it's not magic, it's technology. Just click send all the way down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate it. I don't know why, Ify, you're spoiling me already. Like, tomorrow is my birthday, guys. And I just put this out there. I'm not coming live tomorrow. That's why I'm live today on TikTok. So all I require from you really is just a prayer for FunmiRoyal. Just pray for me, Another year God has added to me by tomorrow. Wow, the day, October 15th. And I give God all the glory. So if you're listening, all I require from you is just to pray for me in this new year, that it will be a good one by the grace of God. So, okay, I'm going to go into the topic today. Janet, I see you. Candy Love, you're welcome. Celebrity BBZ, I see you. Thanks for joining. Help share this live, please. Thank you. In fact, that would be my birthday gift, I guess. So, self-worth, having self-worth. Let me reduce the music a bit. I just like it going on in the background. Proverbs 31 woman, thanks for joining. I see you. So self-worth is the belief in one's intrinsic value as a person, regardless of external achievements, appearances, or validation from others. You believe in yourself, okay? It's the deep understanding that you matter. You matter. What's the one thing you want God to do for you? One thing. One thing. Maybe, you know, when you want to blow your candle on the cake, they say make a wish. This one is make what is it? What would it be now? Make a request. So I'm not going to say it out, but it's in my heart, and God sees the heart. So thank you, Ify. Thank you for that, for asking. So I guess the prayer will be royal desires, you know, the Lord will grant in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So it's not about what other people say about you, but rather what you believe of yourself, you know, regardless of your achievements, your appearance, or whether people say yes to you, thumbs up to you, or whatever. So you have to have that belief in yourself. Self-worth. The underlying word is self. Yourself, not others' worth. Because you have self-worth, some people might think, this person is not worthy, but does not mean you don't have your self-worth. So let's not mix things up. So it's a deep understanding that you matter. You know that you matter, that you are deserving of love just like any other person. Soph, I see you. Jeremiah, welcome. You're deserving of respect, and I mean, like any other person would. So this shouldn't be reduced or, you know, downgraded when it comes to you. So don't take anything less of who you are. Self-worth. You are worth something. And guess what? That's why you've been created. Nobody like you. People should be jealous in a way. Nobody like you. Soph, you're welcome. Thank you so much. So many people struggle with feelings of inadequacy, often equating their self-worth with material success or physical appearance or social validation. Some may go to a gathering and feel, because they're not really dressed in the, you know, maybe the designer stuff or whatever, they cannot look down on themselves. Or it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So self-worth should not be graded by your physical appearance, your material success. No, it's who you are. It's who you are. And anybody can find themselves in any gathering. Do not look down on yourself just because you feel, these people are way high up there. No, you are somebody and you matter as well. Thank you, LDM. Thank you for joining in. However, so this is the flip side too. However, genuine self-worth comes from within and is rooted in recognizing your inherent dignity as human being. Some people, they want to appear to be who they are not. Some people even fake it like this and all that. But in their quiet space, you just see them crumbling. They don't have it, and there you are killing yourself. This person is so confident, this person is all that, but you need to be careful. So today I've been looking at what self-worth is, its importance, because it's quite important in every human life, how to cultivate it in case you don't have it, or you've lost it, or you don't even know where it is, and how it impacts various areas of our lives. Self-worth, it can affect our lives in ways we can never even imagine. So we're going to be looking at all of that today. The blessed Chi or Chai, you are welcome. Thanks for joining. Please click down on the screen and see the names pop up. Click send to everyone. Let them be part of this talk today. It's quite beneficial. Firewords Weave, I see you. Thanks for joining. So the first thing is we need to understand what self-worth is. Azizat, I hope that's you. Thanks for joining. I hope you're good. Thank you so much. Help share the live to your friends. Let them be part of this talk today. So when you're talking about understanding self-worth Self-worth is different from self-esteem. Self-worth, I know it's you. Okay. Wow, that's my good old buddy. Thank you so much. Good to have you here today. So it's quite different, though they are kind of related, because I mean, to start with, they have self. It's just worth and esteem. So while self-esteem is often based on external factors such as accomplishments or abilities, self-worth is about the value you place on yourself simply because you're human, simply because you're a person. So it is the foundational aspect of mental health and emotional well-being, self-worth. I've had to see clients, they just don't feel worthy. They feel, and maybe in their homes or in their family with their siblings, they're not feeling this self-worth. And, we talk about things, and at the end of the day, they realize, look, I'm actually in a good place. But because of what they see, they allow all of the negative to sink in, and they're kind of losing who they are as a person. That shouldn't be you. That shouldn't be me. So we need to be mindful, because these things tend to affect our mental health, emotional well-being as well. So let's look at the natural and superficial value that people tend to place on themselves. So natural values refer to the worth that comes from within. It comes from within, the belief that you are valuable just as you are. So do you have that natural belief of yourself, or you're waiting? I'm going to tell us the superficial one, which some people kind of hide under, or they put out there, so to say. So the natural one is that you believe that you are valuable just as you are, whether you're the shortest in the line, whether you're the tallest in the line, whether you have the good job, the whatever job, it doesn't matter. You need to believe in yourself. You need to know that you are valuable. If somebody does not recognize your value, don't bring yourself down just because they don't recognize it. And sometimes you don't even know. I'm going to whisper this. You don't know whether they're jealous of the values you have, and yet you're looking down on yourself. So guys, let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. Believe in yourself. And then the superficial value, on other hand, it depends on the external achievements or validation that you get. So if I don't go to university, I don't feel this self-worth we're talking about. Maybe people are talking and they're using all this grammar senses and sentences and things like that, and it's like, how did they put those words together? They seem like they've got it all together. That does not mean they have self-worth. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond the external achievements. It goes beyond the external validations you get. So those with low self-worth often seek validation from external sources, and it can only last for a while. I'm telling you, if it's not naturally within you, you will lose it, because something will come and challenge that, and you might not just be able to stand. So something will come. Don't allow this low self-worth to be your thing. No, please do not. Don't wait for external sources to validate what you're doing before you feel that self-worth. No. Some people, this happens and it leads to the feeling of insecurity. If some people feel anxious, even you feel inadequate, and that is not true of who you are. You know that. Flaky, thanks for joining. So, I mean, you guys know me. I'm a Christian, and I'm not shy to talk about that. I'm going to look a bit into the biblical perspective of self-worth. You will be amazed the topics you can drag out from the Bible. I'm telling you, this is what I know. So I'm here to share with us. So, biblical perspective on self-worth. What does it say? Because even quite a number of people that come on Inside as well, quite a number are believers, which, it's a plus to Inside, I must say. But here, we're here to serve everyone, whether you're a believer or not. It doesn't matter. We're here to, make use of the space. Let's unpack a lot of things, as we're led to anyways. So for many, spiritual or religious belief systems, it kind of reinforces the concept of self-worth. For example, the Bible teaches that humans are created in the image of God. You can check Genesis 1:27, which implies that each person has inherent dignity and value. Each person, not some people. Everybody's made in the image of God. You and I, whether you believe in God or not, we are created in his image. So you are somebody. You have dignity, you have value. You know, it just depends whether you believe that for yourself or not. So understanding this can help individuals tap into their deeper sense of worth that isn't dependent on external circumstances. Because if people are looking at you because you're rich, you're wealthy and all of that, oh, that's why they see, okay, this person is worthy of whatever. What happens when you don't have all the wealth anymore? What happens when issues of life happen and all of this external quote unquote is gone? What happens to you? So you go to low self-esteem, low self-worth and all of that? No. So whether you're rich or poor, whether you have money, you don't, whether whatever, you should have self-worth. Some people, they're not all that buoyant, they're not all that wealthy, they're not even educated, but there's something called self-worth. They have that because it's natural with them. They believe in themselves. And you'll be wondering, wow, this person is so confident. This person is like they have it all together. It's because they believe they are worth something. They are valuable. But do you believe that of yourself? In case you don't, I'm here to kind of remind you or to bring your attention to it, Vivian. Thanks for joining. So let's look at the importance of having self-worth. It's very important. I cannot come and have self-worth for you. I can say all the nice things and all of that, but if it's not natural with you, when I'm gone, when I'm not there to sing your praises, what happens? So you have to be able to sing your praises by yourself, to yourself, for yourself. It's Vivish, I see you. Thanks for joining. So having self-worth is essential for leading a fulfilling life. It influences the choices we make, the relationship, our goals, and overall happiness. Because if you have low self-worth, you will settle for anything. You will settle for less. But why should you settle for less? Give me a family gift with your creativity. What do you mean by that, Adil? You're welcome. Maybe you can type some more. Let me understand. Give me a family gift with your creativity. I'm not sure I understand that, but you can, explain further. Maybe I might just get it. Or you can wait. You come into the box later when I finish my talk, and then you can ask the question or, say whatever it is. So having self-worth is important because it helps in our decision making. If you don't have self-worth for yourself, the decisions you will make would even affect you some more, okay? So people with a strong sense of self-worth are more likely to make decisions that align with their values rather than being swayed, by opinion of others. People who don't have self-worth can easily be persuaded to do this, do that, because they don't even know their own value, and then they're allowing other people to place that value on them, and at the end of the day they probably are not feeling fulfilled. So you need to know yourself, because the decisions you make in your day-to-day living kind of lies on that. Okay, so they understand that they deserve good things and are less likely to settle for situations that compromise their well-being. If you have low self-worth, for example, you will compromise. You will just something big comes your way, supposedly, and you just settle for it because you feel, oh my goodness, this is too much to come my way. Not knowing that even something better can come your way. But because you place such low value on yourself, you might miss out on the bigger opportunities. So it helps us in our decision making, and it also kind of helps us to be resilient. So when faced with challenges, those with self-worth are more resilient. They are able to bounce back from failures and setbacks because they don't let, those things kind of devalue who they are. They don't let that define their value. And you all know that we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I make mistakes. I learn from it. I move on. That should not reduce my self-worth. Nobody's above mistake, as they say. Anybody can make that mistakes. So you learn from it. You grow from it. You build some more resilience. It helps you have some more self-worth for yourself. Like, okay, you made that mistake, but you learned this. You cannot add more value to yourself, and you know who you are. Once upon a time, I didn't get this right, but now I've gotten it right. And it's even helping build your confidence as a person. And again, why having self-worth is important is because of the relationships you're in. Yes. So many relationships we have, family, friends, colleagues, pair, professional, and all of that, it helps you in that group you belong. Self-worth greatly impacts relationship. So if you don't believe in your own worth, you may tolerate toxic and unhealthy relationships, thinking you don't deserve better. That is a lie from the pit of hell, if I can say that. So your self-worth is going to affect your relationship. If you don't have it, it's going to affect in your relationship. It's going to affect in the groups you belong to and things like that. So conversely, a healthy sense of self-worth allows you to set boundaries. You know your value, you know your worth. You know what you're going to accept, you know what you're not going to accept. So it helps you to set that boundary. It helps you to choose fulfilling relationships. Somebody's just, loading you with nonsense or rubbish. You know your value. I'm not talking about pride here now because there's a thin line. You know your self-worth, like you're more than this. Don't accept it. Don't settle for less in that relationship, in that situation, or in that group you find yourself. Okay? Self-worth helps you to choose fulfilling relationships and give love and respect to others in a balanced way. Because if you don't have self-worth, how do you know to value somebody else? When you don't even value yourself, you don't think you're worthy. How do you even see that another person is worthy as well? So it kind of goes, a long way. And that's why I said having self-worth kind of affects every aspect of our lives. And again, let's not go to emotional health. Love of good things. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Good evening. I hope you're good. So low self-worth is often associated with feelings of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Conversely, again, a high sense of self-worth contributes to emotional stability, inner peace, and positive outlook on life. Oh, Mrs. Williams, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. So all of this, when you're talking about your emotional health, if you don't have that self-worth, you feel depressed, you feel lonely, because it's like everywhere you go with this pair, you don't fit in because you don't trust your value, your valuable self to belong into that group. You feel like, oh, they're better off than you. You always kind of constantly looking down on yourself. Why? Don't do that. It will affect your emotional well-being. So you might feel lonely, you might feel anxiety and all of those things. No, we want inner peace, we want emotional stability, and we want a positive outlook on life. Therefore, believe in yourself. Having self-worth, it really, really matters. Okay, I've been talking on and on about those. How do we cultivate it? Because somebody's out there asking, how do I cultivate self-worth? Let's take a look further. Self-worth is not static. Because where I am today, maybe in another 5 years' time, I would have advanced in the knowledge that thank you so much, Mrs. Williams, for the gift. I would have grown. I'm believing I would have grown, developed myself and all of that. So I'm not going to be static with the worth I've placed on myself. The older I get, the more I engage in, the more I develop and all of that, my value would increase as well. So it can be developed and strengthened over time through intentional practices and shift in your mindset. Something happened and you feel, I'm not worthy. Why? Why do you feel you're not worthy just because something happened? And again, some other things will happen. Some of us, we get challenged without our knowing. And then you don't even know what you have on the inside of you until you face that challenge. And the way you handle it, the way you overcome it, you'll be like, my goodness, where did this come from? Self-worth. You are valuable. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are valuable. Even if you don't recognize it now, does not mean you are not valuable. And that's what I'm trying to put in our mind. So, one thing I'm going to say, how do we cultivate self-worth? Stop comparing yourself to others. My Bible says it's foolish. Those who compare themselves to themselves, you're foolish. I am not you, you are not me. The things I can do are not things you can do. The things you can do may be things I cannot do. Stop comparing yourself to others. And that's why you're feeling that low self-worth. Because you're always comparing, oh, I'm not good enough as this person. Oh, this person, that person, that. And you don't know what their own struggles are. Bella, too cute. Thank you. You look cute. Thanks for joining. Guys, thank you so much for the likes. Let's share this live to somebody. Somebody out there might just need to hear this. One of the main reasons people struggle with self-worth is that they constantly compare themselves to other people. If you do that, if you've been doing that, stop it. Please stop it. Don't get me started on social media. With social media and other platforms, people often present themselves highly, sometimes more than they are. They highlight the reels, which can make you feel inadequate in comparison. I was on Mrs. Williams' live yesterday. Well, unfortunately, there was a guest who came to talk about, oh, she doesn't have the confidence to do this. She doesn't, but then she's skilled, she's talented, she's valuable, but she's afraid. She's, fidgety, like, oh, can I actually do this? But she's doing it in the corner of her home or something. What value do you place on yourself? These things grow. For the fact that you haven't attained it does not mean you don't have self-worth. So don't look down on yourself again. Don't look down on yourself, and be mindful what you engage yourself in, especially on social media. I'm not going to come here and make you feel low of a human being. No, I'm not going to come here and treat you the way I don't want to be treated. And this is fair. If I'm talking about self-worth, I need to know that I have that. That's what I'm sharing with us. And I didn't just get here overnight myself. These are some of the things I struggled with in the past myself. And knowing better, I'm going to share with the world. I've never always been this confident to come out and talk and speak. No, I used to be very shy in school. Even when I know the answer, to raise my hand to say, I, Mr. or Miss or whatever. I know the answer, I just keep quiet, like, I don't have self-value, self-worth, self-confidence, and all of that. So with time, the things I engaged in started helping me build my confidence left, right, and center, especially with the giftings that I have. And likewise, you need to discover you as well, so you can build that self-worth, even if you think it's on a low level. Lando, I see you. Thanks for joining. Augusta, thanks for joining. Don't compare yourself to others. Where you are in your journey of life is not where they are. They also started from somewhere. So if you think the self-worth is way up there, it just makes... What does that mean? It means you have to work harder on yourself so that you can get that self-worth as well. The one you see, you like to see that. You can also, have that in your life in a positive way, mind you. Yeah, we don't want to be stalking anyone now, especially from mentor to mentee kind of a thing. So remember, you are on your own journey and your worth is not dependent on how you measure up to others. Otherwise, you'll lose focus. Otherwise, you'll not find the things you ought to find because they're just looking at somebody else's self-worth and you're neglecting yourself. And then by the time you come to, you realize that your self-worth is on the floor there, as low as can be. So use that energy to kind of develop yourself. Use the energy to prepare yourself. Use that energy to build confidence in yourself. There's so many things, one can do to do that. How to cultivate that? I said stop comparing yourself and embrace self-compassion. Speak to yourself kindly. It will kind of elevate the self-worth you have for yourself, especially when you make mistakes. The mistake has been done already. There's no point. What do they say? What's it saying that stop crying over spilled milk? The mistake has been done already. Rather than beat yourself, oh, I'm not worthy, I am this, those negative pronunciations. Please stop it. Sit down, Where did it go wrong? How can you do better? And move on. I know it's hard, especially when maybe it's an emotional thing, you've just broken up with this person, or something very emotional which can actually pull you down there to feeling depressed and all of that. I know these things can be hard, but at some point you have to get over it, because life is not going to stop because you're in that phase. You have to get on with life. Recognize that everyone has flaws. When you know that, you will know that, wow, your self-worth should be there. Regardless, no man is perfect. No one human being is perfect. Everyone has flaws, and that making mistake does not diminish your worth. You learn from it and you move on. You even add more self-worth to you. So instead of criticizing yourself, practice self-compassion. Be compassionate to yourself. Accept your imperfections. Treat yourself with kindness. You know that same kindness you would treat somebody else with, treat yourself with that same kindness. The same love you show somebody who is feeling whatever, show that to yourself as well. Because sometimes, this is who we are. Human beings sometimes, even me sometimes, I'm like, do we even get ourselves? You're being compassionate towards somebody and you're being mean to yourself. Hello? Show some self-compassion to yourself, and that might just help boost your self-worth as well. And again, acknowledge your strengths. You have strengths. Don't just focus on, please, I don't know how else to say this. This is getting me in a space right now. Many people with low self-esteem focus on their perceived weakness, and they make it more pronounced. They make it so big on their weakness. No. Start making your strengths more visible out there rather than your weakness. Okay? Stop ignoring your strengths. It's not going to help build your self-worth. You need to acknowledge your strength. Build more on that. Take time to acknowledge that you're good at whatever, whether it's a professional skills or personal one, your personal qualities, or the way you make others feel. Celebrate those aspects of your life regularly. Don't push that aside and just be crying over the inadequacies or the shortcomings or whatever. So please be mindful of that. When you acknowledge your strength, it helps build self-worth. And again, set healthy boundaries. You know your capacity. You know your capability. Adi, RH, thanks for joining. Thank you for liking the live as well. You know yourself. Set healthy boundaries. Self-worth means knowing that your time, your energy, and emotions are valuable. So learn to say no to some people or some activities that would drain you and, protect your well-being, if I can say that. Setting boundaries in an important way to respect yourself and teach others to respect you. Don't just, because you want to feel the self-worthiness, you just say yes, 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 everything, and then you run out of energy. No boundary. You just take on everything just because you think that will help boost your self-worth. You don't have to. In fact, when you create that boundary, a healthy one, you feel some self-worth. You can actually say no to this and you can say yes to that. You are in control. This is yourself. Because some people, they take on everything, and they're even drained and they're not looking after themselves. And, no boundary, no nothing. Everything, anything goes. That is not going to boost your self-worth. Just take it from me. And again, engage in activities that will build your confidence. Biggest one, I see you. Thanks for joining. Confidence and self-worth are kind of interconnected. So engaging in activities where you excel or learning new skills can help reinforce a sense of competence, which in turn will boost your sense of self-worth. When you do activities you're good at, activities that would help build your confidence, you will have this self-worth we're talking about. Many years ago, I think I've shared here many times, I was a teenager when I walked into the radio station back in Africa, so many years ago. I didn't have confidence. I had low self-esteem. In fact, name all the negative things people would say to them. That was the truth. But because of that environment, look at me today. They started grooming me. I would read articles. In fact, many times, take 2, take 3, take 4, take 10. I feel like, oh, I can't do this. But I was enjoying what I was doing within me. But I just feel like, am I even worthy? Why are they putting all the energy to helping me get better? I was just thinking all of that. I bet they didn't even realize. And then a time came, one producer said, Fumi, come and read this news. In my mind, I didn't feel I was worthy or have attained the level to come and read news. Me? How? But they saw something I didn't even see fully at the time. And I did it, and I remember some clappings, even on the TV. I remember some clappings, and then it kind of helped me, like, you know what, you have this thing. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself as well. I mean, aside trusting God to help you, really. So all those activities I engaged in, reading the news, writing scripts and all of that. By the way, my new book launch is on the 27th of October. So guys, like I say, tomorrow is my birthday. All I want from you is prayers. Just pray for me, my month of October. God will perfect all that concerns me. Tia, thanks for joining, sis. I hope you are good. Wow, it's good to see you here. And it's led to a lot of things in my life because I started believing in myself. Sometimes, these things get challenged and it makes you think, do you think you have it all? Not that I have it all, but at least the one that I have, I'm proud of it and I'm so grateful for it. Having self-worth. Don't let anybody define who you are or who you are not. Don't wait for people to validate you before you feel that self-worth. I know it may sound like easier said than done. I'm sharing my life story with you because once upon a time, I also struggled with that. But now I know sometimes even the things I know to do, I still make mistakes. And I know that mistake is not the end of me. That mistake does not reduce my worth. So I know that. So I quickly pick my mistakes. I check, okay, this and that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then I move on. I even get better for it. So should you be. So engage in activities that will help build your self-worth rather than conversations or activities that will bring your self-worth as low as possible. We don't want that, do we? No. So again, surround yourself with positive influences, which I did. So the people around you play a significant role in how you view yourself. Make sure your circle of friends or people around you consists of people who uplift and affirm you. Some people, there's nothing you do, they will always find fault in it. And you don't know that they're even jealous of you. And they're saying all these things and you're believing it and your shoulders keeps going down and all. Sit straight. I mean, check yourself. All these things they're saying, is it you? Does it have anything to do with you? Or they're just projecting their own low self-worth onto you? So make sure that the people surrounding you are people you trust enough, are people that even when you're feeling that low self-worth, they are there to uplift you. They're there to affirm you rather than those who will tear you down. Some people, they will tear you down with their words. You don't want such people around you, or put them at arm's length, You don't want them to be the core set of people surrounding you. So another aspect of this talk I'm going to look at, I'm mindful of the time, how self-worth impacts daily life. Like I said, it impacts every aspect of our lives, our relationship, our work life, our family life, all of that. How self-worth impacts daily life. So your sense of self-worth influences all aspects of your life. In your career, for example, people with high self-worth are more likely to pursue careers that align with their passions and values. They are also more likely to advocate for themselves. Some people, in fact, if care is not taken, you may think they're arrogant. No, it's because they believe so much in themselves. So whether it's seeking a raise or a new opportunity because they believe they are deserving of the success. Sometimes people will not come and fight for you in that workplace. You might just have to fight for yourself. But when you don't even have the self-worth, you don't even believe in your worth yourself, how can you go and fight for yourself? So whatever they toss at you, you just take it. You just take it like that. And then they are even expecting you to fight back, or they're expecting you to counter whatever it is. But you're just there like, oh, are you deserving? Are you worthy? No. No. Big Sugar, welcome. I see you. Sono, thank you so much for joining, guys. Again, in your health, self-worth, it can affect your health if it's not healthy or if you don't have it. A strong sense of self-worth encourages healthy living. When you value yourself, you're more likely to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health through regular exercise, balanced diet, and healthy coping mechanism for stress. You have the self-worth, you know your value. People will chase after you. Companies will chase after you. Family members will chase after you. But are you healthy enough to pursue all of those things? To take care of your physical, emotional, mental health, it's not an easy thing. You need self-worth. If you place that value on yourself, you know best to eat well, to look after yourself, and not just, eat anyhow, take anything, swallow anything, and, that can affect your health as well. And again, another way it can affect us in our personal goals, not having self-worth. It can affect us in our personal goals. So those with self-worth believe that they are capable of achieving their dreams because they know their worth. They know. So they know that, I dream big. They dream big and they try to achieve it. They set meaningful goals and work diligently towards them, believing in their ability to succeed. You can do it because you're worthy enough to do it. You are valuable enough to do it. It's not about your age. It has nothing to do with how wealthy or wealthy you are. It has nothing to do with how educated you are. Some people, they have never been to the four walls of a school. And yet when you see them, the things they do, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. They don't allow such situation to define their potentials or their value. Even when they experience some setbacks in life. I'm asking us, do we have self-worth? Do we have it? Or is it something you haven't even thought about? That's why I'm bringing it to the forefront today. Think about it. Are you the type you just allow people to toss you back and forth anyhow, anyway, just because they see that this person doesn't have a self-worth? They would offer you silly things. I don't know. I don't want to be too, but you know what I mean. But you need to place value on yourself. Because sometimes people might not just place that value on you. Do it for yourself. So the last aspect I'll be looking at is dealing with challenges to self-worth. There are challenges to it, and you have to learn how to deal with it. Otherwise, you might lose self-worth altogether. So even with a strong sense of self-worth, there will be times when you feel down or question your value. Like I said, I've been there many times. It's important that we have strategies in place to navigate this moment. So most times I'll have to go back to incidents where I never thought I had what it took. And then I did it and I succeeded. So when I'm feeling somewhat, doubting my self-worth, I go back way memory lane. And I'm like, come, wait a minute. I did that. It didn't reduce my self-worth. In fact, over the years should have grown. So there are some things you need to do to kind of remind yourself or to bring yourself back to that place of self-worth. I will start with affirmation and reflection. Yes, use positive affirmations to remind yourself of your worth. Look at your past achievements to where you are right now. And there's a lot of things you're still going to achieve as long as you're living. Whether it's big things or small things, little things, whatever, you're still going to achieve some more. So this might seem simple, but repeating positive statements to yourself about yourself can have a profound impact over time. Just like my Bible said, David had to encourage himself in the Lord. David had to encourage himself. FunmiRoyal had to encourage herself. I'm even here to encourage you. So you had better get up and start encouraging yourself. If you don't want me to come and meet you on the streets of TikTok, Reflect on your past successes again, or past, events, activities where you even made mistakes and you've risen above it. Sometimes we need to go back there to help us propel us to the next future, to the next phase of our lives. Reflect on past successes or times where you've overcome adversity as a reminder of your resilience and your worth. You are worth something, for many things. You may not have discovered it yet, does not mean you are less valuable. Chick, thanks for joining. And again, seek support when needed. Yes, this one, I cannot overemphasize it. Seek support when needed. Sometimes challenges to self-worth may feel very overwhelming. Like I said, it's not an easy thing sometimes. So don't think, oh, what's Funmi talking about? I know. Sometimes it might take you a while to get back to yourself, which I quite understand. So in these times, it can be helpful to seek support from friends you trust, healthy relationships in your life, family members you trust, and better still, if you don't feel you want anyone knowing your business, get a counselor, get a therapist. The space is there, confidential and all of that. And seek the right support that you need. So having a support system can help reaffirm your value, and especially when you're struggling, because even the people closest to you might not see it, but you know it, and you're probably not comfortable enough sharing with them. Get a therapist that would help you, and then you'll be amazed at what they will help you point out in your life, things you've achieved that you overlooked. Those things you need to remind yourself. So always seek a healthy support. I'll put that, healthy support, not just anyone, because in the process of seeking support, you don't want anyone to tear you down either, Again, reconnect with purpose. Often, a sense of low self-worth can arise when you lose sight of your purpose. So what's your purpose? Jane, thanks for joining. I see you. So reconnect with your passion. Reconnect with your faith. Reconnect with your goals to remind yourself of the larger picture and your unique role in it. We all have dreams, we all have aspirations, we all have goals, and sometimes some things will come and shift our focus from those things. When you're feeling low self-worth, that's when you should come back to your senses about your vision in life. And this can help. Oh my goodness. This vision is for you and you to accomplish. So nobody's going to come and boost you and do that. No, people can come and help. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, this is you. So reconnect with your purpose in life. Reconnect with your values. Reconnect with your principles as a person. Because you are unique in your own way. You can't do things the way I would do it. I cannot do things all the time the way you will do it. Dom Maduka, thanks for joining. And that's why you need to reconnect back to your purpose. It's very important. And this will keep you going. This will raise your head high. This will give you the, the resilience, the tenacity, the audacity even, I dare to say that you need to improve your self-worth. So, I'm going to be rounding up shortly. Self-worth is a core aspect of a fulfilled and balanced life. It is a foundation upon which confidence, resilience, and a happy relationship are built. If I don't have self-worth, the tendency is maybe the relationship I want to go into, when I don't have it, they will treat me anyhow. But when I have my self-worth, that's why I said there's a thin line. I'm not talking about pride or arrogance, I'm not talking about that. But you believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You are worthy to have that great thing in your life. It helps us a lot. It helps us build our confidence. It helps us build our resilience. It helps us have a healthy relationship as well. So while external validation will provide temporary boosts, which I said earlier, just a temporary boost. Because the moment I walk away, after psyching you, hyping you and all of that, you feel good, you feel self-worthy and all of that. And I leave, what happens then? Oba Akpa Amma, I hope. Thanks for joining. You're welcome. So what happens? You need to cultivate true self-worth for yourself. by yourself, from within you. It involves understanding your natural values, setting boundaries. You know, that one I can overemphasize. Be careful the people surrounding you. Are they the one that will tear you apart, or are they the one that will uplift you? Practice self-compassion and acknowledge your strength. I cannot say that enough. Acknowledge your strength. Don't just keep acknowledging your weaknesses, your faults, your mistakes all the time. That will not build self-worth. So by cultivating self-worth, you not only enrich your life, but also positively impact the lives of those around you. Some people are looking up to you, you don't know. They see these things. And some you actually know they're looking up to you. So your self-worth, you have to cultivate that. You have to build that in a positive way so that you can impact people positively as well. Then again, in this talk, you know, I've said a lot of things, and I know there's some aspect I may not have covered, and that's why I'm waiting on you. Please come and enlighten us some more. By fostering self-worth, we will live with a greater sense of personal value, empowerment, and other tools to cultivate a healthy and resilient mindset. My prayer and hope is that this talk have kind of inspired us to access how we view ourselves, help us to build confidence and create healthier relationships both personally and professionally. I don't want anyhow relationship. So I'm not going to behave anyhow. I'm not going to treat myself anyhow. It's whichever way, whatever value I place on myself is the tendency that people will place on me. So having self-worth is really worth it. It's worth it because you will enjoy it across every area of your life, professionally, personally, in a family way as well. So my only one question, like I do, is having self-worth for everyone or just for some people? I really want to know. Thank you for listening. So guys, if you're just joining, I'm just gonna say this maybe one more time. I'm here maybe a bit dressed up. Tomorrow is my birthday, and what I so desire so much is you just praying for FunmiRoyal. Pray for me. That's all my heart desire, really. Pray for me. Pray for your sister. Pray for me. It's tomorrow. I'm not coming live tomorrow. I'm live here today. So if you want to pray, you can send a request and bring us into the box as we discuss this. And don't forget, remember now, my puzzle is here. My puzzle is here. Whoever knows the puzzle today, maybe, I think, yeah, it was last week. So today, if you don't get it, I'll have to tell us. So send a request. Let's talk more about this. Having self-worth. Is having self-worth for some set of people or for everyone? I want to hear you guys. Adil, thanks for joining. Appos B, thank you so much for joining. Send an invite. Let's come up into the box. Let's discuss this some more, because some people are suffering from low self-worth and they're taking jobs that they are way less their value. You know, they're devaluing themselves because they don't have that self-worth. Some people are supposed to be managers, but you see them as a trainee. You know, all sort of scenarios that people can find themselves when they're having issues with their self-worth. So I'm just going to see who is there, who's going to kick us off. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I have to choose. Let's see. Oh, Tia, I hope you come up. I'd love to hear from you, sis. Thank you guys for joining. It's very crucial. It's very important. We have self-worth. Otherwise, we'll just take anything that life throws at us. And you and I know how far we can get with that. Thank you, Adil, for liking the live. Thank you so much. I have quite a number of people in the box already. Adil, how are you today?
Yeah. My sis. I don't speak English. My sis.
Oh, we
In
can
Amharic.
try.
Ethiopia,
Okay.
Habesha.
You say?
Habesha, Ethiopia. I am Habesha.
Oh, you're
Ethiopia.
Ethiopian.
Bless you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, my family.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, do you have a
Thank you.
question? Do you have any question? Okay, I think you're just here to support. Okay, thank you so much, Adil. Shannon, how are you?
I'm okay,
Shannon,
and you?
oh, how is the baby? There's a baby.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, it's good to have you here. I know your hands are full, but thank you so much for joining. I really. I hope everyone is good on your end.
Oh yeah, I'll just put my contribution.
Okay, please.
I think we have to take it easy. Don't be hard on yourself. And another thing that make people not to be confident is about if you gain weight. That's another major thing. So if you try to diet.
Yeah.
Sorry, the call was going in. Someone was calling me. If you diet or exercise, do something about your body. If you're not feeling, if you are not confident about your body, especially women, if they have kids, they start to gain weight.
Oh, I think somebody's
Depend
still
with
trying
the
to.
person. Sorry.
It's all right.
Another thing. Love yourself. Tell yourself every day you are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Don't look down on yourself. In terms of work, try to find something. If maybe you work, we end up doing the work that we don't like. You just say, as long as I make money. So just make the course on the side, so that you can build your confidence, doing something you like, doing something you love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that contribution. It's true. Say to yourself, you are beautiful. I remembered when guys, these things are real.
Sorry, say good things about you. Sorry, I just remember the other one. Say the good things about you. You're amazing. You're a good mom. You're a good cooker. Everything that positive. Don't be negative. It can impact your life as well.
Very true. I remembered when I had my first son, I got married like a size 6, like skinny bone. And then I got pregnant. Oh my goodness. I took after my mom's kind of pregnancy. My mom said when she was like 5 months, people would be thinking she was carrying twins and she was ready to give birth like tomorrow, meaning very big tummy. So I got pregnant. I didn't even know all this. It was when we were talking, she said to me, and I think, about 6 months pregnant. You would think I was carrying triplets and I was skinny like that with this big tummy. I was always feeling ashamed, like, oh my God, what is this like? But you don't know what's going to happen. Imagine I'll allow that, to sink through me. I don't know how I would have gotten over that. And again, don't get me started. I had a baby gone. And then, bum, size 12, bum, size 16, bum, size... Do you know, guys, you will not believe it, but I tell you, I was a size 24 once upon a time. Man, I lost every ounce of self-worth. So in case you don't know, you think I don't know what I'm talking about. I was so afraid to even go out and buy new clothes because I'm like size 24. I know. Oh, Shannon, I've got 4 boys, yes. But they're all grown now. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I tried to do family control or whatever contraceptive. The thing kept failing. Or the first one I took, the injection was not okay. I was just bloating and bloating before I realized I was size 24. And people will say, Funmi, watch what you eat, oh, watch what you're eating, oh. And I'm like, what am I eating? It's not about that. And then I had to go and read the thing, side effects. It can make you bigger. It can make you da. I said, no, I don't think this is for me. And guess what? You need to be interested in yourself. Who best to look after you than you? And then I had to go to my doctor to say, doctor, look at me. I got married less than 2 years ago. I was a size 6. Look at me, size 24. This thing doesn't suit me. And he was like, oh, yeah, we got a lot of that from so many other women, blah. I said, please, let's find another solution. This is not working. And he said, just stop taking the injection, da da da. And 3 months later, guys, I did not do anything. I was eating the normal food I was eating. And then I started reducing. People were like, oh, well done. I started going to gym. People, if you wait on people all the time, look.
Oh, that's nice. How did you lose weight then? That's
I
nice.
didn't
It's
do
interesting.
anything. It was the injection that was just making me bloat, and it was out of my control. So when I stopped taking the injection, I started reducing naturally. So it wasn't like I was going to gym or doing, no, honestly, I wasn't doing anything. That injection or that contraceptive was not just good with my body, it wasn't okay at all. So you need to look after yourself. Imagine me, I'm just there, low self-worth. I didn't even have the confidence to go back to my doctor to complain. I would just be there bloating. Maybe by the time I reach size 64, I will know to open my mouth and talk. So this is the essence of we being here. There's certain things, certain transitions that will come your way that will affect your self-worth. It does not mean you're still not worthy. It doesn't mean your value is any less than it is. But just because of those situations seem so negative, it seems like, oh, you don't have any self-worth left, kind of a thing. So this is why we're saying this. Don't let that situation define your self-worth, period. Thank you so much, Shannon. I'm gonna
Thank you
come
so
to
much to
You're
share,
welcome. Thank you. Some women are out there. Some of them just got married. When you get pregnant, you don't know what's gonna happen to you. Like I never knew what was gonna happen to me. I'm like, what? Sometimes I even want to go for a stroll, but people be like, why are you walking now? Oh my god, this baby will pop out anytime. And they don't know I'm just 6 months. I've got 3 months to go. I'm like, oh my goodness. I just felt like, don't let me go in too much. I pause. I hope you're still there. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening to you.
I'm here, man. Good
Yeah.
evening.
How's your day? Good evening to you.
Very tiring.
Tell me about that. You're welcome. I don't know what your take is on this topic, but I have my question, which is having self-worth for everyone or just for some people? Maybe you want to start with that, or you
Can
have
I
another
say
thing you want to
something
say?
as well? Sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
was even the husband can lose appetite because of that. If you gain weight,
Oh, I
they can,
know.
in marriage, they can can make something, it's not good for the husband as well. So,
Yeah. You see, and that's a loved one, that's a family member. So we need to be careful how we treat people around us, especially when we notice that something is wrong. This was not a person you married maybe 2, 3 years ago. Don't just say, you're fat, you're this. No, please, let's not bring people down. Let's not tear people apart when they're going through whatever transition or life issues. Let's be there to support, try to understand what they're going through so you can help them some more. So thank you, Shannon, for pointing that as well. Sorry, Apostle, we had to cut you. We women, we can talk. So I'm handing over to you. Let's hear you today. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I think there's need for everyone to have self-worth because at the end of the day, right, irrespective of any challenges anyone will be going through, it's important for you to have that confidence to know that probably the challenge or the phase you're passing through is a temporary one.
Yes.
And for you to be able to stay focused and grounded to understand that it's a phase that will pass. And at the end of the day, right, it's a case of one believing in themselves and setting those realistic goals and expectations in order for them to overcome the challenge. And I think also having those positive thoughts about yourself is also important, and surrounding yourselves with people of like minds who can also encourage you and support you to overcome the phase. So that being said, right, I think it's important for people who might be experiencing one challenge or the other to have that determination to pull themselves out of that space and see the need to overcome the challenge and move past the phase. So there are instances where people might be doing maybe a low paid job in the interim, and sometimes they might be feeling bad that they're not getting those jobs they desire or they've sort of trained to do, but not realizing that it's a phase, that will pass. I think one crucial example would be like for most people who have migrated from their home country to a foreign country, right? Where in the first instance, most people will have to pick low paid jobs to sustain themselves. And gradually they have to transition into their area of specialism. And sometimes some people might take a longer time to transition, whereas in most cases, right, people find the transition period very easy for them, and I think in most cases some people have figured out their exit plan and work towards that. Whereas in most cases, right, it is not just a case of people being comfortable doing that job that they don't necessarily enjoy, but it's just because of the flexibility and maybe the income they get from that job that make them extend that transition period. So I think sometimes a lot of people compare themselves to the next person, and that sometimes puts a lot of pressure on them and could set them back emotionally. So I think overall, right, the bottom line is for people to understand their level of motivation and find a space to create happiness, which will sort of act as a catalyst for them to propel to the next level. So I think keeping yourself motivated is crucial, and at the same time, trying to stay positive and focused is also very important. So I think everyone has self-worth in them, and in some instances, right, they might have that setback where they tend to doubt their ability to do certain things that will propel them to the next level. But it's just a case of creating that space of happiness to keep you going.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I mean, what I can deduce from what you've said is everybody's entitled to that self-worth we're talking about. So it's not just for some set of people or, and I want you, maybe I'll leave this in our mind, whoever's listening out there and you're probably struggling with this. Any setback you face in life does not reduce your value, does not reduce your worth. So picture yourself like a catapult, with a string, and then you pull back. That is like a setback, but imagine when you release that, it goes way, way, way ahead. That is who you're meant to be, So when you face a setback, don't just feel, oh, because I'm here. By the time you bounce back from that, you will even go very, very far. But how? You have to believe in yourself. Thank you so much, Apos. Believe in yourself. Self-affirmation, he mentioned as well. It's very important because sometimes people are going through life themselves. They're not even looking at you to say, I want to encourage you. So you have to find a way to encourage yourself. You know what? This may look like a setback, but it doesn't reduce who I am. It doesn't reduce the value that I have. Imagine someone go to school and study to become a doctor, a doctor. And then just like Apo said, he now relocates to another country or another continent, and then he's been looking for a job in a hospital or something, nothing was coming, and he feels, I will die of starvation here, let me just get something doing. And then he applied for this security job, and he gets the job immediately like that. And then as he will stand by the door of wherever company, does that mean he's no longer a doctor? No. He's not doing the work in a hospital? Yes. Does that reduce the value of who he is? No. What is that for a period of time? And I bet as he's standing there, every day he comes there, he knows that this is not where I'm supposed to be. That would help him propel him to where he ought to be. So when you temporarily sometimes transition into somewhere that is not comfortable, but because of issues of life or situations beyond you, it should not reduce your self-worth. You are who you are. You may not know that. You may not be thinking that because you're overwhelmed and your mind is just downcasted and all of that. It should not reduce your worth as a human being. So know that every setback is to catapult you to a good future. Know that. Thank you so much. I don't know, Mrs. Williams, if you can speak where you are. I'd really love to hear from you today. I know you're always coming to support. I really appreciate you. So maybe if you can just maybe type in there. If not, let's see who else is coming on. Chineye, I see you. Thanks for joining. Oh, my dear sister. You are welcome. So in case you're just joining, the title is on the screen there, and I want to believe everyone can see it. We're talking about having self-worth today, and I've looked at different aspects of it. I've had contributions from other people, their take on this as well. And the question that I asked, which I'll still ask, especially for those coming in now, is having self-worth for everyone or just some set of people? So I'm going to come to Toria's promise. I know you're there. Thank you so much for joining. I'm not sure if I've seen you here on Inside, but all the same, you're welcome. I'm going to come to you in a minute because I want to bring my puzzle. I'm bringing my puzzle to us so that we can start thinking about it. So the puzzle is from last week. If you were not here last week, this is an opportunity to win the gift for today. Why do we have to be quiet in church? Why do we have to be quiet in church? There's a reason. Don't overthink it. It's meant to, make us laugh a bit. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate that. So why do we have to be quiet in church? That's the puzzle for today. If you're in the box already, you want to attempt, please feel free. Or if you're on the FYP or if you're just on there on the chat, type it in. If you get it right, I'll bring you up, give you your gift for today. So I'm going to come to you, Toria's promise. What is your take about this topic, having self-worth? Is self-worth having it? Is it for everybody or maybe just some selected people? I don't know. What is your take? And thanks for joining Inside today.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. I was just, strolling past when I saw the topic. Listen to what you were saying. Self-worth it's a very interesting topic. It's what a lot of people suffer from, actually. A lot of people suffer from self-worth. And self-worth is something that everybody is entitled to.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should have self-worth.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have self-worth, that is a life of misery. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
Yeah.
And if you don't have self-worth, if you don't know yourself, self-worth comes with knowing who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's something that a lot of people suffer from on a daily basis. It's very difficult most times for you to see somebody who sufficiently and totally has self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Self-worth is proportionally, it's directly proportional to self-confidence. Because if you have self-confidence, you will have self-worth. And what is self-worth? Self-worth is knowing who you are, knowing what you believe in, knowing what you stand for.
Yeah.
Knowing that, whatever wind comes, you stand firm. You are not blown here or there. You know you're a Christian. You go to let's say you're a Catholic, and you believe in your faith. You know what you believe in, such that when a Pentecostal comes and tells you, you stand on your faith. When maybe an Anglican person comes and tells you, but if you don't know what you believe in, if you don't know how far, your belief goes in your religion, definitely, when a Pentecostal person comes, you follow them. When a Jehovah Witness comes, you feel there's something to believe in. You see, that is why you see a girl with red hair wants to be a blonde. A woman who has no bum wants to go do BBL.
I know.
You don't have, and the BBL thing, this thing that a lot of women do is because they don't have self-worth. If you have self-worth, you definitely will not go under the knife, risk your life for a man. Even if you are doing it for your husband. Because if that man truly, really loves you, the moment you tell him you are going for BBL, he will tell you, no, don't go. I love you the way you are. Because if he didn't love you the way you are, he wouldn't have married you. And if things keep happening and he shifts focus, just like he was talking about taking pills and getting fat, things happen to us as women. And you see some women, even on TikTok, as fat as they are dancing, oh my God, even if I don't know them, I follow them just to inspire them, to encourage them, because everybody needs that. Let me tell you a little story because I read a lot. There was this girl, far back in those days, I think in the 50s. This girl came from a very humble home. She had this teeth, the front teeth that hangs out of the lips.
Oh, okay.
And everybody made fun of her, but she stood her ground. Yes, she was embarrassed sometimes, you know how a young girl of 16 will feel. And kids can be mean, children can be mean.
They will make fun.
Yes, and it drives people to
Okay, that's so
coming in here. It drives people to suicide. You see, it drives a lot of people a lot of children have fallen into that bucket because of what people say about them. So this particular girl had an amazing voice, and a music producer found her, you see, and she became a star. They signed her to their record label. She became a star. Do you know that everybody wanted to have a kind of teeth? Because you need to fix yourself. She said, no, and she was a gospel musician. This is what God has given me. I am beautifully and amazingly created in God. God has created me, and this is how I will remain. Do you know that everyone wanted to have a kind of teeth?
Can you imagine?
They now started selling that kind of, people were buying their teeth and wearing it because she stood her ground. Two ways. It's either you fall to this side or you don't fall to this side. When you have self-esteem, you have self-worth, you have self-confidence, people will, you see that thing that people will want to try to bring you down for. If you stick to that thing and you believe in that thing, people will now see the reverse side of that thing. If you don't, what people don't know, they call names. If you don't stand for yourself, and if you don't respect yourself, how will people respect you? You have to know who you are. You have to edify that thing with dignity, integrity. Just honor yourself. It comes with self-love. If you love yourself, you will know the worth of you. You will know that, you love yourself the way you are. Love yourself. If nobody loves you, God loves you. Go and report those people to God. Tell them, God, look, this is what these people are saying about me, and it's really bothering me. By the time you finish praying, by the time you finish, talking to God is not gossip. You talk to the one who can do something about everything. Don't go and talk to people who can do nothing about anything. Go to God and tell them. By the time you finish, because God loves you the way you are. By the time you finish and you get off from that place, you will feel a certain peace that nobody else can give you. So when I look at this, the young queens of today, the young men, and the things that they do, these young girls who go under the knife to do their breasts, you haven't even had children. If your
Yes.
breast is falling, go and buy good bras and lift it up. Nobody will see them. They can only see them in front. You
Yeah.
deal with it at the back. Even if the thing is falling like bananas, deal with it in your room. Nobody has to see it. It is your business. So please don't allow anybody bring you down. It is not worth it. You don't know what those people are dealing with behind. And those people who bring people down
Oh, they
and
have
make them,
issues.
they
Issues
have
they're dealing with.
issues, and they are sages, because no right thinking person and no good person will ever cause somebody to be unhappy, would ever make anybody unhappy. Even if you are feeling, low on self-worth, that person will try and encourage you, try and give you a compliment, just say something, and it happens every day. I, for one, I do it every day. There are people you see. I went to the shops one day and the girl at the till, she was so sad. She was looking sad, as if she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know what she was going through, but I thought to myself, there were still two people in front of me, and I was like, what can I do to make this girl happy? What can I do? I got to her, and she was wearing, braids, and I told her, I said, look, this braids look amazing on you. Please, can I have the number of your hairdresser? My God, this girl, the smile, it just made my day. And all the things in my body just moved. At least I made somebody happy. Do you know what that would have added to her confidence? So if we are in a habit of bringing people down, when somebody brings you down, just know that person has issues. That person has problems. The person wants you to feel as bad as they are feeling. And just go off and know that this thing that this person is trying to bring me down, on or with, is something that the person actually wants.
Yeah.
So I mean, self-worth, there's no reason. Whatever you have K legs, please wear long trousers. You have no business wearing short skirts. You have good legs, you can wear short skirts. You are fat, wear boo-boos. I mean, have you ever watched that movie Fat Girls?
Oh yeah.
That
Oh
movie,
yeah.
Girls, Monique. If you are low on self-esteem, you need to go watch that movie. It will inspire you. This life is only one. I mean, we shouldn't waste any second or minute or whatever on what other people think. You don't care about what people think. Just look at yourself, go through magazines, see how you can do things that can enhance your body, your face, and thank God there's makeup. If you have alopecia, please go and buy a wig. There's a solution to everything. Sadness is in the market. Happiness is in your mind. The happiness you feel is not out there. It is in your mind. Create your own happiness. Don't let your happiness depend on anybody, because happiness also is directly proportional to self-worth, to self-esteem, to self-love. So develop self-love for yourself. If you love yourself, not having self-esteem will run away. So
Yeah.
it's all about self-love. Just love yourself. So many people are dead today, but you are still alive. That alone should count for something. You are not in the prison. You are not in the mortuary. You are at home. You have a roof over your head. You have kids, or even if you are not married, you are free. You are not in the prison. So why would you be dealing with, not having service? So that's just my little contribution.
Me too. Thank you. In fact, wow. I love it when I hear the passion in people's voice, because sometimes it's either they've been there or they've seen a lot in life and it's not necessary. Sometimes the things we put ourselves through is not necessary at all. I just gave an example of a doctor who had to take a security job. It does not reduce his value as a doctor. In fact, if he's standing by the door, ushering people in, and somebody is walking through the door and they just collapse, immediately his doctor hat will come on. He will start doing compression or whatever they call it, and you start attending to the person. Meanwhile, everybody's look at that security man just standing by the door. That does not reduce his value as a doctor. Anytime any need comes up, he's there as a doctor. So likewise yourself, whatever it is you are, and I know that truly some people are still discovering themselves. They're still trying to find out who they are, what God has even created them, and all of that. But know this without anything at all: you are your unique self. You are unique in your own skin. Know that, believe that. Because that's the foundation of anything you're going to build on that. Anything anybody's coming to build on that. Because if you don't have that foundation for yourself, anybody will put any nonsense, any rubbish in there, and you just accept because, So we don't want that for us. You are your unique self. You are worth something. You are valuable. Know that. Yes, you made that mistake. Yes, it's not the end of you. That should not reduce your worth at all. Learn from it. Learn from it. What did you do wrong? Learn from it. Make amends and move on with life. Don't let that break you there and you lose every ounce of self-worth. No. You're not doing life justice. I'm telling you. So thank you so much for that contribution. I don't know who wants to attempt it. Why do we have to be quiet in church? I'm going to tell us today. I see you, Unstoppable. Thank you so much. Shannon, you're back. Thank you so much for coming back. So I'm going to come to None. I don't know if I can see. There's so many N. Nonye Cien? Or is it O or C? I'm not even sure now. Non, let me say non. I'm so sorry. I don't like mispronouncing people's names, but I know you can hear me. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know what your contribution is, but we'd love to hear from you. I hope you're still there. Good evening to you. Nonians. I don't know if anybody can.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Oh, how do you call your name, please? I'm so sorry.
Nonen.
Nonen. Oh, wow. What does it mean? I'm a bit curious. Or is it a nickname? It's just a nickname?
Yeah, it's my partner from childhood.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right. You're welcome to Insight. I don't know what your take is, but we really want to hear from you.
Which aspect do you want to talk about? The self-worth or being quiet in the church?
Sorry, say that again?
So this aspect do you want me to talk about? Is it having self-worth or being quiet in the church?
Oh, you're not too clear.
I said, which aspect do you want me to talk about? Is it self-worth or being quiet in the church?
Either of them. You can start with anyone. If you know the answer to the puzzle, you can start with that. At least quickly snatch the gifts before somebody else would come. So you can start with that. If you're right, fine. Okay. Whole health. Okay. When you're back, send an invite. I'll bring you back up, please. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think in terms of self-worth, I'm a kind of person who believes in self-worth, so I don't really know about another person because I believe if I have a self-worth, that what will determine how people will treat me, that will define me, and also define the people that will come around me and the people I will choose. Because I can't be wanting people to give me what I don't have. You can't ask people to give you what you don't have, and things don't work that way. So I believe in having a self-worth in every angle in life and everything we do. So because without self-worth, come on, no one will respect. I'll be saying this as me as a person. If I don't have any self-worth, no one will respect me. I don't want to come in out calling out people when actually I am the problem of myself, because that's exactly what is happening in the society today. People come out calling out people why they are the real problem. And when people don't have a self-worth, the next thing that comes with it is low self-esteem. And
Yeah.
there's something people don't understand about low self-esteem. Most people don't really like low self-esteem is not like when people shy away from things or stay away from things or feel intimidated. There are some people um, who also attack people, who also try to bully people because of low self-esteem. This, when it comes to low self-esteem, there are different levels of it, and the ones in the aggressive stage is the one that is so bad. Because they are feeling so low about themselves, they don't have self-worth. That's the reason why we treat other in that way. And
Yeah.
if you really, when you hear them talk, you'll be wondering what you are the cause of your problem, and because they can't achieve that level of respect on themselves, they will not try to destroy everything the other person has done. So I believe in self worth in everything we do. And then when it comes to being quiet in the church, I don't think there's anyone that is noisy in the church. I don't know.
So why do we have to be quiet in church? Why do we have to, especially when the sermon is going on or something? Why do we have to be quiet in church?
Well,
It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. Don't overthink it.
for me, for me, I don't really know about. I want to bring it to the relationship to the church, but I think if I go to church, I have to be quiet. I have to allow the Holy Spirit to sink
Yeah, so
in.
that's the question I am asking. Why do you have to be quiet? Like
Because
when you're at home, you can make noise and do. So when you go to church, I mean, church is like home. You're supposed to feel free. You can shout. Even when pastor is preaching, you can shout and be playing. So why do you have to be quiet?
yeah, I'm not quiet because of pastor or anybody around in the church.
Okay.
Me, I believe I have to be quiet because Holy Spirit is the can come in and sink in. Because even when, like, I don't know, for others, I'm a Christian, and I know, like, when I was growing up, I was being taught when you are angry, when you do a lot of things, the Holy Spirit leaves you and
Oh, I love this answer you have given, but unfortunately, no, nice attempt, but no, that's not the answer we are looking for today. No, you see,
okay.
I have theologians in the building, and I see the unstoppable mindset laughing because she's overthinking it with that response. Not, no, that's not the answer. But thank you for attempting. So yeah, I still keep my gifts for now. If you're in the box, you want to attempt, please feel free. Just submit and say you have the answer, and then I will. But don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink it. That's where the fun bit is. Why do we have to be quiet in church? So, whole health, thank you for coming back. I think you had issue with the network before. Yeah, I was gonna come to you. So the floor is yours. Let us hear you. And good evening to you. I hope your day has been good.
Yeah, good evening for me.
Good evening.
Okay, why do we have to be quiet in the church? So I want to get it. Is it women to be quiet or every member of the church to be quiet?
We, man, woman, boy, child, girl, anyone, why do we have to be quiet in church?
I hear now because it's a place of worship now. It's not a place. It's not a place to play. And you know, every game has its rule. So why?
You know what I say to people on inside? When I laugh, you haven't gotten it right. When I clap and shout, then you know you have gotten it right. So again, thank you for attempting it, but no thanks. So we'll keep going. We keep going. Thank you. So what's your contribution about this topic today? Having self-worth. Do you think it's for some set of people, or do you think everyone can have self-worth?
Yeah, but it's a birthright for everyone to have self worth.
Oh, another side. Eh?
Is given to everyone. It's an idea here to have self-worth. This is what makes us. It's just like when you have your own personal compass, okay? So this is an inner drive, the value that comes from the inside. And for me, this is just where the root of every human success lies in. So when you know, when you have self-worth, you'll be able to set healthy boundaries for yourself. Then at the same time, you love yourself so much. And when you love yourself so much, this overflow of love will be able to extend to spiritual others. But a lot of times, people that don't love others enough is because they don't have enough love inside of them. And this lack of self-love can actually emanate from lack of self-worth as well. So when I have self-worth, I'll be able to set heavy boundaries for myself. It's just like when you serve me a meal. If that meal is not going to be healthy for me or is poisonous, I will kindly decline the meal. I will not eat it. The same way I would not also like to serve another person poison because I know it's detrimental to that person's health. So we just need to have self-worth. All of us is a birthright to have self-worth. It determines how we treat ourselves, how another person treats us, how we react to the issue from outside, at the same time to how we treat others and the things we accept. So that's just my own contribution towards this.
Thank you. Okay. And whilst we were speaking, what came to mind is if we had to go back to the foundation of this self-worth we're talking about, a lot of people suffered it growing up. It's like maybe the environment they grew up in, could be parents, guardian, whoever, they always make them always feel worthless. Anything they do is like, you're good for nothing. You know, those kind of pronunciations on a child. And this child is growing up and you're killing their morale, killing their self-confidence, killing their self-esteem and all of that. And now they're full-blown adults and they're struggling. They don't feel worth, they don't feel they're worth anything. They don't even feel there's any value in them. So I think backgrounds too is a key thing. And for as many parents that are out there listening, this is for us, parents. What are you pronouncing on that child? Especially when they make mistakes, especially when they wrong you or they do something wrong. Do you just say you're useless, you're good for nothing, and all those kind of things? It diminishes their self-worth. I mean, there's a proverb where I come from. You chastise a child with the left hand and then you draw the child closer with the right hand. I'm not saying leave children to be wayward or to be whatever. No, but be mindful, especially when they've done wrong. That is the time you should help build their self-worth some more. My dear, you know what? You've made that mistake, but you are still unique. You are still this. It's hard because when you're upset with that child, you're just lashing out from the place of anger. You're not rational even in your thinking, and to the point that all sorts, happen, which I don't want to mention here. So, but do you take time to call that child back to help build their self-worth again? You've done that yesterday, but you are good. You are this, you are that. But you find out that these people grow up constantly with this kind of talks. Constantly. When they're in school, they don't feel it. When they are in work, they don't feel it. And now they're full-blown adults and they're struggling with self-worth. I do understand that can happen. Thank you for your contribution, madam. Who else is there? I think it's your turn now, the unstoppable mindset. I think you're ready to try the puzzle for today. This is thought-provoking. Yeah, it should be. We need to be careful.
Hey, leave me at the puzzle. Just leave me. Good day, everyone. I don't give up, but on this puzzle thing, I did not give up, but I'm stepping aside. Let me just step aside.
Okay, all right. So enjoy.
I have seen my second that we will explain and explain, and at the end of the day, we are not there. God will help us.
When she started, I said, "Hey, this is the uncomfortable part too." I said my answer is to focus on the message. Nah.
This is why.
You almost want to, embrace me when I tell you the answer.
We will know the answer today. I'm looking forward to know the answer. We learn
Okay,
every
I'm
day.
gonna tell us before we go today, so I'm not bringing you
Okay.
back next week.
Thank
But
you
thank
very
you for
much.
attempting, everyone. Well done, well done. The class is just going on now that we're getting ready. All right, Unstoppable Mindset, thank you so much for joining today. I
Well
love to
done,
hear your
sis.
contribution. Thank you.
And
Let's
happy birthday. Hold on before contribution. Happy birthday in advance.
thank
I know it's
you.
tomorrow,
Yeah,
but
thank
we
you.
commence from today. Because
Amen.
that year now, I'm very sure Momsi will have been feeling like it's like this baby is coming forth very soon.
I
Eh?
hope.
And the joy
It's
of the
happy.
Lord will continually be your strength. Yes.
Amen.
New beginning, newness of everything, God, in your life, in the name of Jesus. You will never
Knowledge.
go back. You will keep moving forward in the name of Jesus. In peace, in joy, in gladness, everything the King of Glory has granted unto you, both the one that can speak and the one that are not living things, they will serve you accordingly in the name of Jesus. As carry the master's business in your heart to always run towards it, God Almighty will continually meet all your needs according to his riches in glory in the name of Jesus. King of glory will continually be your power, be your strength, be your peace, be your hand, be all that you will ever need in life in the name of Jesus. And your beauty will never fade off. It will continually be beautiful and brighter on a daily basis in Jesus' name. Congratulations, sis. So in case I should head out by the grace of God, I head your DM tomorrow. But in case, that's why I say let me quickly drop that. Well done, man.
I'm live here today. I'm not coming on tomorrow. So all I desire is just your prayers. That's it.
God bless you.
So much
God
is-
bless you.
you made my day
Congratulations.
already. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you,
So
Sana.
self-worth is very important and extremely necessary for every living being. I know you must have touched it because I know you always start with that preview to always say you know that. So whichever angle I pick it from, it will just be an addition. But I pray it won't be a whole repetition because I know you.
It's fine. Some people need to hear. Some
Part
people are
of
just coming in, so they need to hear that.
That's true. That's true. Part of the issue with self-worth, you mentioned parent while you were talking, but there's still rivalry as siblings. Some parents always take one position with one child and the other, praising one and pulling one down. Due to one is faster, one is smarter, one is quicker, but one looks as if he's dragging. And instead of complimenting them on a daily basis and trusting God to help them with their weaknesses, they will just focus on the weaknesses and don't talk about the strength that can motivate them to get better on the other aspect. And this kills it. This might, I don't want to use the word kid. This spine a lot of kids morally and just make them to just zip in. I had my own encounter as a child too. Verbal abuse, calling you different kind of names. But what I would say here is not to keep repeating what self-worth is. But what I can send out there is that if you have lost it due to one encounter or the other, I will introduce Jesus to you over and over again. That if you see yourself in his lens, if you come to that limelight to know Christ, it will open you up into the real you, and it will begin to let you see yourself as that beauty, as the one that he has fearfully made and wonderfully made, the one that can do all things through Christ who strengthens him or her. That is the only place you will know that you are not ugly, because I can't imagine, I cannot even over imagine it, because the more I imagine it, it gets brighter and brighter. If he created us in his image and his likeness, what kind of beauty are we looking for again? And it's so awesome. We can't be this, we can't look alike, we can't be the same, because God is filled with beauty. That is why he had to just make sure that we come in different shapes and sizes, different looks, to just show his glory, to reveal his awesomeness. Look at me like this. Look at you now, so beautiful with your complexion. If every one of us had to turn our cameras, we will see different beauty. We will see that is the work of God. And he gave us a typical example, the rainbow. Rainbow come with different colors. We are here to beautify. We are here to beautify one another. So if your head is big, it's because there's so much wisdom inside of it to use and to help the world. If somebody tells you your hair is big, this is one of the things I tell my kids. When somebody look at one part of your body and trying to shame you, just turn the table around. Tell them the function of that thing, what God has made it to be. If someone tells you that your hair is big, say, no, that's why God made it big, so that I can hear clearly.
Oh, wow.
So the person that wants to abuse you will know that you have come to that place of knowing yourself. And this really liberated my children. And I know that there's still some adults who are still working towards this and still fighting to get their worth, especially in relationship. Some people have entered some wrong relationship to deal with people who are going through MPD.
Yeah.
Narcissism and personality disorder. There are some people like that. They have used different kind of things to tell them, excuse me, or because those ones are just looking, they're just self-centered people that just want to be more superior than other people, and they tend to just because of that, they can't leave those abused relationship. They think that they don't amount to anything, that this is the best they can get, or because they can't see themselves in the beauty of God any longer. Christ is not far-fetched. Just rub yourself, love him. You don't need a priest to come and introduce him to you. In the corner, wherever you are, is a father that is always near, and he will let you know you are beautiful. And you know what? There are thousands and trillions of people waiting for you to be liberated, so that they too can be healed. And if you are not healed and sound, you can't help anybody. If FunmiRoyal is not who God has made her to be, she can't come here to come and be talking, to come and be telling us what God has placed in our heart. Because this is healing zone. I've seen things happen on this platform. I've seen people come here depressed, and at the end of the day, something took place. So your self-worth is important so that your purpose can be seen. Because we all carry something inside. And we can't allow it to just sleep and be dormant inside of us. Because the clock is ticking. It won't be here forever. When we look at our age now, we are not that 1-year-old child. We're not that 6-month-year-old child. And the more we celebrate that day, my sis,
Well,
because the more we celebrate, I'm telling you, I know. I know. Because these are wake-up calls for me personally. When I look at birthdays, when I celebrate, I tell myself, there's still so much to do. There's still so much to do. Daddy God, what is next to do? What assignment is next to do? Because it's not about us giving birth, getting married. Those ones are benefits. They are not the real thing while we are here. The main thing while we are here is to do that which has called us to do. And I know that these are honorable men and honorable women. This is the time for liberation, for you to be who God has called you to be in totality. The unstoppable mindset came from the place of me taking back my voice, telling myself I can be all that God has called me to be. All those things they were calling me back then, that wasn't me. Until when God started introducing me to my version. And those are the things we should compete with, to want to know the better one inside of it, because we've not fully known ourselves. That's why you see that in different seasons, you will see a new you. You will see a new you. And you tend to, so this one has been here inside of me. That is the beauty that God has placed inside of us. So you need to get to that place to see a new you, to meet a new you, to introduce a new you to you. And that's when you will know that, you are larger than life in Christ Jesus. God bless you. Because if you leave me like this, FunmiRoyal, you will not be able to take me. So it's better you take the mic off me before I start a sermon here.
Thank you. We're kind of winding down as well. And everything you said, sis, I was just seeing the picture of my new book coming out. It's titled Understanding Your Destiny. And I tell you what, 10 years ago, I started the first chapter and I was struggling. I think I shared it here maybe last week or a couple of weeks. And then I'm like, God, what's happening? Because he always gives me like freely, it just flows. And he said, no, put that book aside. It's not yet now. There are certain things you will go through and then you will write the book. So I said, okay, well, since he's the author anyways, not me. I just had to scribble it, so to say. And I left it. 10 years ago was my last book. I'm telling you guys. So when this one, I said, I'll just leave it. And life, that 10 years, my goodness, I cannot finish in 10 hours. So a lot came in that I'm like, this is what God meant. And he gave me understanding. He gave me a lot of things through that 10 years that is in that book. I'm doing the launch on the 27th by the grace of God. Get that book. I tell you, the second book that I wrote, after I'd finished done everything, I picked it up and I read through again. Tears were rolling. I'm like, I didn't write this. This cannot be me. It's God. So to let you know that people are going through a lot out there. Do you even understand your destiny? Because if you do, certain things you will not do again. Certain things you will start doing them. Just like Unstoppable said, not everybody will live to be 100. Not everybody will live to be 100. So guys, you need to get it right. One of my pastors would say, we only have one life to live and we need to get it right. So please get a copy. I'm going to announce when it comes out on Amazon or maybe eBay. Somebody was saying eBay. I said, I've always put them on Amazon anyway. So, but it'll be launched on the 27th and then we'll carry on from there. Get your copy because he blessed me. Even me that I wrote. No, I read through. I'm like, God, how did this come out of me? It's you. So I'll chip that in. Thank you so much, sis, for and thank you so much for the prayers. Like I said, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'm not coming on live on TikTok. I'm live here right now. So if you want to pray for me, please feel free to pray for me. If you want to clap for me, do the clapping or whatever you want to do now. Please do. And I love you all so much. Thank you for making Insight what it is, really. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shannon, for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Apostle. I saw your message just came in as well. Thank you. I really appreciate everyone for the prayers. I can see one or two going on there. So I'll tell us the puzzle now. Please do. Let me find shield because you people will not like what I'm about to say. So the puzzle, let me see if I can still put it there. The puzzle for today is, why do we have to be quiet in church? Any taker, it's going. I'm going to keep my gift, it's going. Any last taker? Any last person wanting to attempt this? No? Do this or something. Tell me give up. Please type give ups there so that I know I'll tell us. Because I don't want to bring you back next week. Yes, are we ready? Okay. Sorry, I want to say something.
I don't want to let the gift go.
Okay,
let me try.
Okay, try. Why do
they don't send us out of church because they don't send us out of the church because you said the answer is
no. Thank you for trying, but no. So guys, as I said, you people are overthinking it. Let us reason together. Even God said, let us reason together. Why do we have to be quiet in church? The answer is, where is my drum roll? No, I've lost it. Yeah, even some people don't want me to give us this thing today, but I will give us. I need to find my... Why do we have to be quiet in church? It's because God is talking. Apostle, thank you for that. No. Apostle, I'm just clapping for you because you said it's only for me that has the answer. It's only me that have the answer. But no. It's because God is talking. No. Far from me. Where's my laughter? No.
Is it bad breath?
No. Sis, you're crawling in that direction, but no. No. Somebody have written give up. I just wanted to see one give up. More grace in Jesus' name. God increase. Thank you so much for the prayers. I really appreciate that. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'll just let the cat out of the bag now. This reason is very simple. Because people are sleeping. They've gone to work Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now they're in church. They're tired. And then they're quiet. We say, shh. Why did they say, shh? Somebody next to you is sleeping. You don't know. Shh. So people are sleeping. That's why we have to be quiet in church. Yeah. I see people stoning me already.
This is not fair.
Last one. Sorry.
This is not fair at all.
The puzzle, the last one.
Yes, yes. You know, just this.
This is not fair.
It doesn't even cut it at all.
Oh my God.
Any contributions? I'm going to give my gift for today.
And I only see them sleep.
People are sleeping. They'll be like, shh. You think it's because of the sermon they're telling you to cook? No, somebody is sleeping. People are sleeping, so you have to be quiet. Let them sleep. Thank you. That's why you can't make noise in church. Thank you. Once again, let me clap for myself. So, of course, there you go. Only me, only I have the answer. So, thank you. I'm gonna keep my gift. Don't worry, I'll bring it back. I'll bring the gifts back on Thursday when we'll tackle another puzzle. It's been fun. It's really been fun. Thank you all so much. Mrs. Williams, one final call. Are you there? I'm rounding up now. Thank you, guys. Of course, it's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? You to go and sit down and reason now. When you go to church next Sunday, look out for those people. It's all right. I'm just joking. It's a puzzle. It's meant to be fun. That's why some people started quoting Genesis, Revelation. I'm like, what is this now? I don't understand. But thank you all so much for attempting. Thank you for trying. At least you're getting an idea. When it says a puzzle, don't overthink it. It's the simplest thing that you can't even think of sometimes. That's why it's a puzzle. So thank you for everyone that has attempted. Thank you for not stoning me. Thank you for the gift as well. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for making this topic interesting. And I know a lot of people listening on the FYP, that are not in the box, they've learned so many things. I've also learned, after preparing and all that, I always look forward to hearing from everyone because we all grew up with different background, different experiences of life. And that's what's always sweeter when people gather to share like this. And just one or two people, even if it's one soul I've touched today, I say, God, I've done my bits today. Thank you, Lord. So, guys, I appreciate you for your contributions, your tappings, your giftings. God bless you so much. For the prayer, like I said, guys, I'm not coming live tomorrow, so don't go and be scrolling on the streets of TikTok looking for FunmiRoyal. I'm not. This is me live right now. However, what am I going to say? Yeah, Thursday, I'll be back again with another topic on marriage and relationship, as you know, and I'll bring another puzzle. Please don't stone me now. So, I wish you all well. Enjoy the rest of the week. And guys, know who you are. You are unique. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. If people don't recognize your value, you are still valuable. And I need you to know that. Life will challenge you. Situations will challenge you. People will challenge you. But it does not reduce who you are. Even if you're still finding out your self-worth, it does not still reduce who you are. So don't let anybody treat you anyhow. And don't treat others anyhow as well. You may think they're valueless today, but you don't know tomorrow. That's why we're supposed to support one another, uplift one another, not tear each other down. Thank you for today. And thank you once again for the prayers, the birthday wishes. I really appreciate everyone. Dear Happy, thanks for joining. But we're rounding off now. Oh, Mrs. Williams, thank you, my tweenie on TikTok, my tweenie for life. Thank you so much. God bless you, sis. I really, really appreciate you. Just that moral support, I think it keeps me going. So thank you. So I don't keep ranting on. I really appreciate you all. Have yourself. Yeah, I love you too. Mwah. Thank you. It is well indeed. Amen. Thank you. Enjoy the night. Have a nice cup of tea or something before you go to sleep. Or if you're at work, please don't overdo it too. Because tomorrow is another day. You're coming back. But thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you for always coming to support and always loving to share. When you share your real life experiences, in fact, I feel like you can ride a horse inside of me, as some people will say. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m. by the grace of God. Good night, people. Much love. Thank you, Adil. Thank you. Thank you so much. One love, you're just coming in, but thank you. I see you. The Unstoppable. Thank you. Not None. Thank you. Love you too. Shannon, thank you. Look after our babies, though.
Thank you.
Apos, thank you, brother. Thank you, Adil.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night rest. Inside. Ooh.